All right, I went through. We went through it, a time where lots of tension because of work and stuff. We went through a time where we had lots of work on, and very, very high intense situation, not between us, but just the work around us. And so, trying to articulate plans and communicate them to each other was quite stressful. And it went for a season in our household where the communication that we were transmitting to each other was being filtered down to our kids, and that you could see the difference that the household had purely because of how we communicated with each other. Didn't mean we didn't love each other any less. It was a very high intense situation. And we came together and said, you know what, Jeanette, we've got to change our communication, because although we know what's going on, the kids don't know what's going on. So we agreed, and instantly you saw the house change purely because of what we were doing. So what is good for the goose is good for the gander, and it's important that you transmit that stuff well, because they are going to be working in your they're going to be working in your communication frequency, if you want to call it that. They're going to be tuning in, and they're going to be transmitting in the same way.
The father figure must empower. They must give the rod of power to the wife, to the mother, especially to male children, so that they understand that the power is equal and they must obey their mother.
I decided to take to not work on a Monday, and what I do is Jeanette's in the office. I take over the house, and it's called Family Feast Day. And where anything that Jeanette would have done on those days, I would do on that day. And the whole idea is that if you could invest the time for someone else to think a bit more freer, you will see the returns in that. You will see the returns in either their attitude, their emotions, the temperature of the house, everything. I cook a big feast on the Monday. Now, what happens is that kids get involved because they want to be part of this team. They want to be part of this investment, almost like shareholders in the day. And they become the servers, and they dress the table. We call it restaurant style, and they dress the table with handkerchiefs and candles and stuff. I like the candles, by the way, people. And the chairs are done lovely, some music, lovely ambiance and stuff, and their rooms are done and everything like that. And the whole atmosphere of the house changes. My point is that what you invest in the place, people want to be a part of it. They want to be a part of a great investment, especially when they see the outcome. It ain't no different from any business. People want to be shareholders in a business that's doing well. And if I treat my house just like every other thing that I do, like a business, and that's something that I've received from my father. If you invest, you will see other people want to invest also. And my children pick up that habit of invest in each other. Go on, I'll do your chore while da 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 da. They start being part ownership of this thing of investment. And when you start doing that, you're going to see a higher level of productivity just in your household. In fact, if you do it in your household first, anything you do anywhere else, you will see high returns.
That just as the mother protected them in their womb, there comes a time when they have to come out and they have to grow up. And sometimes the son takes the place of the father for whatever reason. But they must protect their mother as a female, because we live in a world where everybody's equal, but they're not. Women are inferior to men in certain areas and superior to men in other areas. But in terms of the bodily protection, the physical protection, a man must stand in front of the woman. I was raised to treat a woman, let her walk on the inside of the road, to open the door, to let her seat first, to stand up from the table when she gets up. That's the way I was raised, and that's the way I try to raise my children. And as far as I'm aware, they do that.
There's a saying that says encouragement sweetens labour. And again, I mean, encouragement is almost like investment, to be quite honest. You bring people to a place where they feel encouraged to grow. The children need to see mum and dad encouraging each other, especially in daddy's down times. It needs to be on display sometimes when they see that dad's not this, invincible robot, because it's not true. We're selling them a lie. One day when you see your parents in a bad state when you're older, it will knock you for six when you see them that way, because you think that they've been invincible all their lives. It's not, and I'm not going to sell that to my kids. So when they see this relationship, and I suppose all the other 5 things tie into each other in one way or another, to be quite honest, they all work hand in hand. When they see that you can encourage each other and you can receive encouragement, they are free to do that themselves with each other. You're taking all the boundaries off, and also you're taking the place where pride can fester away, because people are able to encourage and receive encouragement without any hidden agendas or feelings of hidden agendas. And that's important, that you can do that, and the kids can see. They'll start doing that.
Love completely. Love unashamedly. Love without reservation. Love revealing yourself to make yourself vulnerable to the mother of their children, which is my wife. Because only by complete love is complete trust given. And if you give complete trust, the person who's the recipient of that trust must understand the value of what you have given them. And I think most people will.
My gran, I always remember my gran. I think there's a difference between cooking in this generation than there is in the generations before us. Like my gran, she used to get up 4 in and cook. My dad said this actually a few months back. I said, "Dad, what's the secret in your cooking?" And he says, "The secret in my cooking is love." He says, "If you cook with love, you will see the difference." And I thought that was a bit of a joke. I thought it was a bit cheesy at first. But when you cook with love, when you add all the ingredients, some people add all the ingredients together, some people add communication together, some people add investment together, some people add all those things together, and they don't seem to come out with the same outcome. I've seen people cook the same food, and because one person cooked it with love and the other one didn't, it just tastes different. It does. And I think that when all of these ingredients are put together, when any of those things that the children see, if they don't see that love, it's going to be kind of artificial. Kids are great for being able to detect whether things are genuine or not. They just have this gift. I think the younger you are, the more gifted you are in detecting the fakeness from the real thing. Love is important in any of those categories. When your children look at you for being the role models, you could have a disagreement, but add any of those things in the combination and add love in the top of it, the kids will see, okay, that's the real deal. And they don't mind watching you go through any of those stages in your life with your parents, with each other, because they know that love is a core focus in any of those things. And that what makes the journey in life and through life more easier to watch and view.
Just the sheer love that he's given to me from being called dad, and to truly call my dad is my honor, because I know that other people would love to have called my dad, but I find it hard to give that title away, but I do actually call one other person dad. But